welcome to the Teta podcast episode 3 with your boy Big Man Jora, man
Teta
like Jora.
Back again in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. This is an international podcast. My name is Fidel, and all the way from Turkey we say salam or merhaba.
Black Ganacho Moko official kila pahali, Twitter handles, kule Instagram, TikTok, kila pahali, Facebook ndo si yuko jamaa.
You TikTok my brother?
YouTube channel pale.
Anajiita mkuu wa kush.
Tunajapaliza basi tunaweza kunipiga banta mapema. Nini. From all the way from Kisiland, we just say like Wagoro vire. It's a good evening.
What an international language that is. All the way
national
from
language
Minnesota.
in Kenya.
You know,
in Minnesota and where? In Minnesota, by the way. Kiss it all the way to Minnesota.
In Igbo language, the Igbo language you say no
means hello.
Hello, yeah.
Hello.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So kila mtu represent today. Everyone has represented.
We're having viewers all around, all over the globe.
Kuna msee alikuwa amenitag pale akisema maze siku moja uongea hata kikisi maze. Unasikianga pale okay kuna kitu walikuwa nasema ukienda kama this international nini like tuseme kama hizo zile Ballon d'Or nini. Those people wanatumia their native languages. Then wale wenye wako pale wanatafuta
So nataka tuanze tukianza kuongelea story ya futa tunaweka banava mito buyande
hapo kwa native language itabidi tuongee behind the scenes.
Your native language.
By the for sure manze mimi usema our sports Twitter person ama sports wale watu wana the athletes and footballers wakiwa katika hizo interviews za international. I feel sometimes manze hata wanafaa wapatia wase hard time. Walete matranslator wa nini Kiswahili ambao watatranslate Kiswahili ikuwe Kizungu.
Okay, those of us who are never taught mother tongue, where do we gather?
I feel ndo sisi in the building.
Ameniruka uongo.
By the way, me I don't talk my language.
I know.
Hata kusikia saa zingine ni trouble but tunapambana
tunasikia tuwezi ongea.
all the way to Europe my guys. The Premier League.
Yeah.
The
Premier League tuseme ilikuwa ni Gameweek 10 ya?
Ilikuwa match week 10.
Gameweek 10. Imekuwa na ups and down yake. For those who know kwangu imekuwa so down kiasi.
I know.
Imekuwa tricky but mimi sijui labda tuanze na wewe. Usituambie ati kuhusu Manchester Man, tuambie tu how was your weekend?
The weekend was good. To my side ilikuwa amazing mazejo seeing Arsenal losing, Manchester City losing, but kwa Manchester sikufeel poa though, lakini kwa Arsenal that was good.
Okay. Amesema opinion yake. Hiyo ni yake. But for me and for Fidel and I najua imekuwa
me I will hate early kickoffs even in my next life.
Early kickoffs kusema achia Mancity.
Even in my next life me I don't want early kickoffs.
Early kickoff achia Mancity all the way.
It's like I'm hating early kickoff hata iwe mechi ina gani.
Wewe nimepata hiyo part hautaona mbinguni.
So maze tukiingia straight kwa the matches and everything, tukimaliza all the fun and banters. Kwanza take a second, few seconds maze usubscribe, make sure una subscribe pale. So ndio ili tuendelee the Teta the Teta ministry.
Teta boys, Teta podcast.
Hallelujah, the Teta ministry lazima endelee. So the Arsenal versus Newcastle versus Arsenal match ambayo ilichezwa pale St James Park, ndio?
St James Park.
Alafu ikapata basi ya Arsenal ilibaki hapo unaona venye ukiingia tao alafu umepark gari yako place haifai kupakiwa kanjo akifanya ile maneno yake. So hivyo ndo basi Arsenal ilifanyikia hapo St James Park.
We saw dust.
Mbaya sana.
Tuliona dust on a Saturday afternoon.
Wanasema dust ni constant.
Dust ni constant.
No, but for the Sims.
For the Sims. You
appeal in constant.
You haven't won in the last 4 games.
Ni sawa yeah, by the
ukisema hivyo unasema kama ni Premier League, kama ni all competitions tumeshinda. So kama una analyze useme
by the kutoka international break hatujachukua win yote. Twice and
one draw.
One draw bado nini
draw moja. No. You lost twice.
Tulia, after international break tulicheza na
Liverpool, Bournemouth alafu na Newcastle.
We started with Bournemouth ndio.
Yeah.
Then Bournemouth ilikuwa loss, alafu tukaenda kwa Liverpool
draw.
Ikakuwa draw, then tukaenda kwa Newcastle ikakuwa loss. Kwa hivyo ni hatujashinda in 3 matches. In 3 matches.
Yeah.
It's not good for a title contender. It's not good
title
because say someone who has sacked 5 managers.
Actually, I promised my fans that I was going to buy a new Snapdragon jersey this weekend.
For the record, this show is not for advertising Manchester United merchandise.
I thank you for Elk Tenag.
Manchester United will
thank
pay.
You for Elk Tenag, by the way.
So tukiendelea kuongelea about the Arsenal match and everything, yeah. I feel at some point creativity na lack. Hadi nakumbuka press conference ya nani ya Teta after the match alikuwa anasema we lacked creativity na hiyo ni responsibility yake. Like hiyo ndio kitu mimi napenda na Teta, when akifeel kuna something on his part hajafanya fit, anakuanga the first one ku accept hiyo makosa yake. Hiyo ukiangalia Saliba akiongea na the media alikuwa anasema the same thing, he wasn't 100% kwa hiyo match na hata work on himself na pia a win at Inter inaweza boost hiyo confidence yao. Yeah. So ni kitu tuseme haikuwa fiti for everyone.
Actually I think we lost. It was a bad day in the office. And also adding on to creativity, you see we conceded a goal that we shouldn't have conceded. Alexander Isak, the 18-yard box, free header, unmarked. No, we shouldn't have conceded such a goal. In as much as we were not creative, but I think that goal should have was avoidable.
But for me, nazasema at least for the first time nazasema tumefungwa without including the refs in the conversation too. Sikuona any problem with the refs kwa hiyo game. So tuseme ile every day na every moment football fan akiketi akiongea kitu ya kwanza unamsikianga akisema the referee. But tuseme kwa hii match day
actually we will talk about referee inconsistencies. Okay, for the Arsenal game the referee was a bit fair, but we will still talk about referee inconsistencies because every match week we see situations where honestly if that was an Arsenal player,
sure
the card from the referee would have been different.
Before we move out of the Newcastle Arsenal match, maybe ask a question to the Arsenal fans. Who's the potential replacement for Odegaard kwa ile number 10? Maybe potential mwenye like anaweza kuja pale.
I think at the moment we only had 3 players who could play. One is Fabio Vieira, who is on loan at Porto. And then Trossard is an all-round player. He can play in that position. Versatile. And also I think he's versatile. And then I think Ethan Nwaneri is a half 10, half 8. He can play in that role. Though none of them can play as well as Odegaard.
Holding midfielder, as long as you're not a natural holding midfielder, that number 10 role cannot be.
Well, it's not easy playing that position.
I think, but
just sometimes in require the individual brilliance.
Sure, it entails a lot. Sure. You see
players.
A lot of games are dictated from the central attacking midfield position. So it needs a player who is.
Jupio ukiangalia hiyo game ya Newcastle vs Arsenal, wings zetu zimekuwa
basically zilikuwa zimekufa.
So the only thing
Livramento and Lewis and Hall
tulikuwa tunamiss hiyo pale katikati pale ya the number 10. Niko sure kama Odegaard angekuwa kwa hiyo game Saka angekuwa a little bit angekuwa amekuwa free kiasi na angekuwa anaweza kucheza game yake.
Yeah, because you cannot mark Saka at the same time mark Odegaard, at the same time mark Martinelli or Trossard.
Kulikuwa na mabuli kule katikati.
Okay, you give credit where credit is due. And Newcastle played a good game. Actually, their fullbacks were effective. Kina Bruno Guimaraes played some very nice football.
They took their chance.
Yeah, they took their chance. They scored. So kudos to them. We
So,
lost.
Pia talking about Martinelli, Mazena feel of late Martinelli amekuwa a little bit down kiasi.
I think last season and this season, Martinelli hasn't been.
But I think the injury had like him.
But injury alitoka kitambo. I think it's high time Martinelli styles up.
I feel at some point pia kuna time tulikuwa tunateta sana kuhusu Martinelli. There's a time is it last season Mikel Arteta alidrop Martinelli alimweka for Trossard. And then by the time Martinelli alirudi kwa match uliona alirudi so sharp. Yeah. I feel like ni time pia
it's high time that medicine hiyo dose irudi because actually with how Martinelli is playing he's more of a liability right now, because if you look at the Liverpool game that Mo Salah scored that game, that was a mistake from Martinelli. Martinelli was in an offensive position, alikuwa anaenda kufunga akaluzio mpira na hivyo ndio tulifunga.
Pia game ya Newcastle, the goal versus Newcastle, ukiangalia ilianzia it started from Martinelli. Martinelli
actually, do you see what Casemiro did to Garnacho yesterday? You remind that young player that is your mistake. On that mistake. You see, so I think Martinelli wants someone to remind him that hapana, you are now costing.
But I feel pia Martinelli alikicheza na Calafiori alikuwa anafanya fiti. I feel combination yao ilikuwa poa. So but as a winger na as a talented winger na winger unacheza Premier League, au need a certain player ku behind you ndo uweze kuperform. Like unafaa consistency yako like Salah and the others.
The club is depending on you. Yeah, your team inakutegemea. So like si ati lazima weke midfielders wakali ama defenders wakali ndio ungare. At times we need you to showcase your individual brilliance.
Pia before tuachane na story ya Arsenali, kuna Edu Gaspar, our sporting director, reports and it's imekuwa confirmed I guess.
Yeah.
Imekuwa confirmed
after what 5 years?
After 5 years at Arsenal, imekuwa confirmed Edu Gaspar atakuwa anatoka kwa role yake as the sporting director na he'll be, anasema anatafuta challenge nyingine na rumors ama the speculations inasema anaenda kwa Nottingham Forest per se, like it's ni kama company. It's a group like the RB Leipzig ile nani
sure.
Like
just good.
So that one has got Nottingham Forest,
Olympiacos, pia wanasema they are willing to buy nini, wako willing to buy teams zingine.
Okay. Like so Manchester United.
So it's
Manchester is what billions of
so I feel from his point of view naweza sema pia the money of course huwezi toka place kama hiyo place ingine the money is not worth it. So I feel pia the money wanasemanga every time mtu anaweza try kujiexplain like to the point
pesa.
The money matters. Money matters.
So to our audience, who is Edu Gaspar? Edu Gaspar is a former Arsenal player. His full name is Eduardo Daud Gaspar Caesar. This guy used to play as an attacking midfielder for Arsenal.
Back in the days. Alikuwa kwa ile the invisible.
Yeah, he was in the invincible squad that won the 204-205. So Edu joined Arsenal on 9th July 2019 as the first ever technical director. So the position of the technical director basically is to maximize a football club annual revenue. And on the 22nd of November, the guy was appointed the first ever sporting director for the club. Basically, his role was to manage.
Wenga hakuwa na sporting director.
I don't think he had. If you hear first ever, That means the position
But
actually
the-
never
the-
existed.
the-
Maybe
Ama
the
hizi
position
zimekuwa-
existed.
hazikuwa-
Maybe there was someone doing that
But
responsibility,
I think
but not in an
Ziko
official
ndani-
capacity as a sporting director or as a technical director.
Yeah.
So as a sporting director, Edu was responsible for managing transfer of players to and from the team. That was basically his major role. You remember saying Edu is cooking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
akiwa
wakati
kwa ile
wa transfer
barbecue.
window, yeah, Edu is cooking. So he has been cooking transfers in and outside of Arsenal, and
They've been working by the transfer.
they've been working, right?
Yeah.
They've been. Some have worked.
The likes
Actually,
of Saliba,
from the records we have, Edu has managed around 35 transfers in and out of Arsenal. Labda tuulize tu Manchester United fan Askofu. How many? Maybe top 5 for you. Top 5 transfers for Edu during the Edu era, the Edu Gaspar era.
I maybe say the likes of Gabriel, the two Gabriel. We have Saliba. We have the likes of one again. I think Gabriel, Saliba. Those are Odegaard from Real. I love most like I like the signing. The signing that I like the Odegaard. Odegaard now walimtoa mbali.
Unajua
Considering the fee we paid.
unajua kwa nini ninacheka? Huyu jamaa ananionyesha venye ni fan wa Arsenal sana.
A football fan in an Arsenal football fan in denial.
No. Kama kuna club na hate Chelsea. Alafu they are Arsenal coming second.
So
my
those
brother,
never support that.
5 your top 5 best.
I feel talking about Gabriel Magalhaes and Gabriel Jesus. At the moment Arsenal fan wanasema Jesus ako amepitwa na wakati, but I feel at the time when Jesus aliletwa he was really good na pia alikuwa na impact kwa club yetu. Pia I feel the other player ni Odegaard. Then let's talk about the Timber and Calafiori, but what tunaweza sema Timber and Calafiori bado hatujaona, but unaona the potential, unaona the potential wako nayo. Then kuna Rice transfer beating Manchester City to it maze ilikuwa ingine ilikuwa fit.
I remember even Guardiola commented it on the press.
Pia ukiangalia kuleta Raya pia, alafu ukiangalia in all that kuna commitment maplayer wengine wamefanya,
commit their future to the club courtesy of Edu Gaspar negotiating
Saka, Saliba, Gabriel. Pia sasa wanasema there were talks za Pate pia bado kubaki. So amekuwa akifanya a few good things, na pia si a few good things, nasema amefanya so much. Na pia of course no one is perfect. Maybe kuna signings zilikuja they weren't the best signings, but Edu Gaspar alifanya kazi yake.
Actually I think whatever success we have right now,
Alima kutoka Chelsea.
No, we are talking about the best signings, brother.
No, actually no, on a very serious note.
Brother, we are serious, bro.
The success we are enjoying right now,
brother, we are serious.
The success we are enjoying right now is courtesy of these signings by Edu Gaspar. Most of these signings have been, I think, actually in our first team, other than Thomas Partey, I think everyone there, other than Thomas Partey and Bukayo Saka, and who is an academy graduate, I think all those players, if I am not wrong, are there courtesy of Edu, and they're performing really well. I'd go with Martin Odegaard. That one goes without doubt. Martin Odegaard has been one of the best players that has been signed by Edu Gaspar. I'd go with Ben White. At the time, Edu was signing Ben White from Brighton for 50 million. Everyone laughed at the guy.
Even he was considered a flop. No, not a flop. Zile nini za season kianza zile za transfers alikuwa considered kama the worst signing, one of the worst signings ya hiyo season.
But right now he has become a key player.
He was signed as a center back, but sahi he's playing
as a right back.
Lakini
David Martin Raya,
mnafaa kushukuru Rashid aliwapunguzia bei, unajua.
David Martin Raya
alimpeleka hivi akamrudisha.
Let me reserve my comments on Rashford because
David Martin Raya,
Declan
Rice. Okay. This guy has done some very good job. but there are also some players that shouldn't have really signed. The likes of Willian from Chelsea, the likes of Pablo Mari from Flamengo. Guy even played for Mancity, but I don't even think he made a senior appearance. So we really want to wish him all the best where he is going.
So then on our next match that ambao ili happen katika Premier League, kulikuwa na Mancity
playing shit mazee.
That was a scare.
Mancity walikuwa chini vibaya sana.
No, I don't feel like ati tuseme Mancity walikuwa chini. Mancity they tried scoring.
Scare hater.
Acha ku hate mazee, tuko tu realistic.
Manchester City they are not struggling.
Bro, no. Looking at if you watch point, that game,
at a point yenye Guardiola anatumia Matthew Nunes kama
unakumbuka the 10 minutes ziliongezwa? Ziliongezwa 10 minutes I guess.
So, yeah.
6 minutes by the way.
Which match? Ni match gani nilikuwa na watch ilikuwa imeongezwa 10 minutes? It's the nini.
Okay, if you watch that match Bournemouth ilikuwa inaua Man City.
Honestly. Sema tu ule Semenyo alifunga lakini alikuwa pia alianza kucheza shit after amefunga.
Bournemouth ilikuwa na chance ya kumaliza Guardiola mapema sana. But I think in as much as we lost as Arsenal, no, Man City can't be winning game in game out. The most you see Man City was, imagine what is wrong with these teams because I remember the other season unbeaten ya Liverpool ilivunjwa na Watford. I think after 44 games ilikuwa Watford. The other season nani Liverpool akibeba. Unbeaten ya Man City imevunjwa na FC Bournemouth.
But you remember you lost to Bournemouth also.
Yeah, but the unbeaten run, the City's unbeaten run, those guys were on a winning streak.
Pia tukiongelea Man City tusitoe the fact that Bournemouth were brilliant in that match.
Walikuwa fit. Man City wana struggle side finding
the way. They call themselves the Cherries.
Huyo kocha wao anaitwa nani? Ariola ama ni nani? Ariola. By the way, Ariola alicheza na Mikel Arteta for your information.
I knew hiyo kwa sai.
na kamfunga namna gani kocha. So but actually Man City has injuries sawa sana. Arsenal injuries inawasumbua. Kevin De Bruyne was coming back from an injury. So was Jeremy Doku and Savinho
also coming back.
Actually the only substitute they had in the bench was no other than those who are coming from the injuries. I think it was only Rico Lewis. You see, now Guardiola had to improvise playing Matthew Nunes as a winger. The same way but Teta was improvising playing Thomas Partey as a right back. So these injuries have really been
Tena played them as as number 10.
Wanasema football is simple.
Lakini
but when it comes to Arteta and Guardiola
they just want to complicate
everything. Partey at right back.
No, what was so hard about playing Zinchenko as a left back, playing Timber as a right back, and then Thomas Partey as a CDM.
Nunes at the left wing. No, kuna player anaweza cheza hiyo wing.
Doku was in but alikuwa anakuja kutoka injury.
No, why don't you bring in Rico Lewis in the midfield and then play for Phil Foden wide?
Phil Foden is a left.
He can play wide.
Phil Foden is a utility player.
Yeye ilikuwa ujinga ya South.
England
alikuwa a utility player by the way. I think the only I think it's only I think same player ambaye amebaki Man City ambaye ni all rounded player. I think ni Phil.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Versatile.
I also wish Man City loses its next game pamoja na Liverpool pia.
The other thing ni Haaland
not score.
Haaland ali blank tena.
I said this hii kitu nilisema problem ya Haaland is making the same run regardless of who is having the ball. Now you want to tell me in the absence of KDB this guy cannot score?
But I feel pia kwa hii game ya Bournemouth they tried everything for Haaland to score. but the defender, that guy number 5 from Bournemouth,
alikuwa naye match
kama ni kuruka yuko naye
Vikings
akijaribu zile acrobatics zake. The guy pia anaruka acrobatics.
Hizo acrobatics wanaruka akipatana zuri na kina Slavia Prague, hizo timu za huko na ni huko, hizo timu ya Mancity kwa 4.
The number 5 for Bournemouth alikuwa ameambiwa kitu unaenda kufanya,
guy understood his assignment.
Man marking
Haaland to pocket this guy,
man marking,
and it was very effective. I think hiyo game yote Haaland alikuwa na the least rating. I think alikuwa na a 5 point something out of 10.
Ilikuwa shambles score.
Endelee tu hivyo.
Pia they are missing their key player Rodri, the Ballon d'Or winner. Mnadhani hii inatuonyesha kwa nini huyo jamaa alipata hiyo Ballon d'Or? Inatuonyesha is a key player, si ndio?
We had good midfielders before. Okay, Rodri is not a bad midfielder, but really the likes of Iniesta, the likes of
No, we are not talking about the like of Iniesta and others.
Let me tell you, they never won that thing. Though it was the
nasema like nasema umse kwa hii timu amemiss opportunity.
Lakini kidogo De Bruyne akirudi pia wana lack creativity and
I have a very good heart, lakini sitaki warudi sasa. Wacha wakae kidogo.
It's okay, lakini usiombe mwenzako wabaya juu you don't know
Liverpool had a scare.
Liverpool vs Brighton. Pia ilikuwa match nyingine.
Is it high time we ranked Mohamed Salah as the best left wing right wing in the world currently?
For sure he is. For
sure that guy is, I think.
But watasema Lamine Yamal is there, but nasema in terms of everything
Yamal is still a kid.
Come on bana.
Everything Salah is everything.
They used to compare with Salah with the likes of Hazard,
anything Mohamed Salah can do,
bro. Salah ghosted that match, but ilipofika time yake ya kufunga,
one moment of brilliance, and that guy scored arguably a goal of the season.
Mimi kitu naambia
hiyo bao ni contender.
Don't allow that guy akicut in
at times as Kofu we blame the defenders, but we forget one thing, man, that guy is a footballer.
Anajua
Mo Salah kifunga macho anajua post iko wapi.
Alikatin hata alikuwa
anaangalia tu positioning ya keeper, akijua huyu jamaa ametoka bas. So I think the likes of Akina Saka, when they perfect on their scoring, because Bukayo Saka does everything right, lakini kuna chances zingine ukosa. You see, your scoring ndio inafanyaga Mo Salah is one of the best. Is the best.
I like Mo Salah zake zote zinakuanga like amazing. Mtu anaweza kupigia Travela.
Kikosa ni wewe.
Anakupigia Travela kutoka wapi?
Unasema hata kieka hata Anthony anaweza funga.
Kuna Travela Anthony alipiga against Chelsea, the other season to close against Chelsea. Zile vitu ndio Mo Salah upiga daily.
So unaona leo tuko tunaocha highlights za the best goals zimeshaifungwa kwa
Premier League
na Fidel. Then kulikuwa na mabao German Defoe alikuwa anafunga tu from nowhere.
You ask if it's luck kama ni jamani mkali ama namna gani.
So even though like ukiangalia those players walikuwa like ni players wenye wanajua goal post iko wapi. Anajua if nikipiga hii ball hivi nipige na lucky kweli juu yangu.
Pale imefikia kwa saa hii. Which goal have you like you do think is the best goal in football history? I have one. Before you speak,
please don't tell us Garnacho against Everton. Please don't.
No, I'm not talking about Garnacho. I'm talking about Roberto Carlos.
It's arguably the best ever.
I'd go with Ozil against what was that? Was it Carabao? What team was that?
I remember that goal.
The guy wiped the floor with how many players?
I'll say okay. A memorable goal yenye nimewatch. No, not Giroud. Robin van Persie.
The flying header.
I love what about ya nini ya teme like ilikuwa the Ankara Miss. Wakati tunasema about the Ozil, you remember Ankara Miss.
There's something Messi did to Boateng akiwa Bayern game ya, I think it was a Champions League. Huku Coast tunasema aliandaliwa mkeka. I don't know how the guy was dribbled past. Guy sat down stretch miguu yote miwili.
Na Cristiano nani akimfanya yote nani? It was not a goal but ile challenge na yote nani?
Goal zote za Cristiano ni kali, hata kama ni tapping, hizo ni kali.
No, haikuwa bao. Hiyo yote nani? This guy from Chelsea. But then alikuwa Arsenal. Alim split the legs like alikuwa anaitwa nani?
As much as unaongelea Arsenal hiyo story hiyo story imedai.
Want to use as example bana.
Since you are so interested on talking about Arsenal. Tuanze kuongelea timu yako sasa. The Manchester United, the great Manchester United
game,
versus Chelsea.
Why didn't you win that game?
I can blame my
Okay, una coach. Tuambie acha una coach.
Usiseme story ya coach.
Una coach. Kuna mtu alikuwa amesimama touchline.
Rude was there. Rude celebrate the goal.
Huyo tunahesabu coach. Why didn't you win that game?
Kwa nini ukushinda game?
Bro yangu mazi alitucost sana hiyo game. My brother.
Oh, the white Garnacho.
The white Garnacho alikuwa shit, but let me tell you, let me just say the truth mazi. Like alikuwa na open chances mpaka nilikuwa natamani some chances zenye alikuwa kutoka kwa right wing, nilikuwa natamani Ahmad kwa hiyo chance mazi, lakini all in all Garnacho alitucost. This guy Bruno also alikuwa na open chance akapiga kule juu like,
Joshua Zaxi.
Kuna kitu Fidel usema kila siku. Kama una wewe tu decision making yako ni poa.
Bro, ani kuna the last minute ulikuwa at 8 I don't know ilikuwa 8
kuna kitu
Garnacho alikuwa na ball, Ahmad amerun hapo katikati like alikuwa apeane tu simple pass ipigwe cross. Zaxi alikuwa pale juu aconvert hiyo stuff. Garnacho alikuwa atake akaran mpaka akafika ndani ya box akapeana cross Kaisedo akaitoa.
Do you think it's time Garnacho is benched for Diallo?
Akwe benched for Diallo? Yeah, I think so. Russia and the other wing, Garnacho akuje. Garnacho before the season ikianza alikuwa akiwa benched, akikuja kutoka kwa bench alikuwa
but pia mimi na feel Garnacho the hype ako nayo and everything ako nayo anaanza kucheza kama mtu ana idolize. You achezi kama Ronaldo.
I think someone said that okay, this is arguable, but someone said in a serious football team Garnacho will be a starter.
I know like
decision making yake unakumbuka pia the run alikuwa nao versus Arsenal akakaribia Saliba, then Saliba
how many times
Saliba alichukua tu mpira ni kama the guy alikuwa
umse una shida moja akukimbia bila kuangalia mpira.
So I think okay, you also didn't win because of Kaisedo
alikuwa fit hiyo game by the way.
Yeah, okay, there's no Chelsea fan here to defend his team, but I think also Chelsea pulled out a nice game. That Kaisedo Lavia partnership is working.
Nitishio mazee.
Yeah, I think
with the project they are building in the next few years months.
Nilisikia ule Maresca kimuongelelea huyo Lavia na Kaisedo
partnership. Chelsea. Mnasema Chelsea ako na project.
Kuna project.
Hii labda ni Taska project.
No, bro. Let's be fair.
Enzo anaanza kula bench. Mimi niliona Enzo akianza kula bench.
Let's be fair.
I saw it coming by the way.
Let's be fair juu ukiangalia whatever Maresca anafanya. Juu if Maresca akona player like Nkunku, akona player like Joao Felix kwa bench, but this guy atishi with the names and the standards za our player.
By the way,
like anacheza people who are performing.
Let me tell you
but
something.
I think we should be seeing more of Christopher Nkunku and Joao Felix
coming.
I don't know why.
But tukumbuke makocha hukuambia they choose players from performance yao
kwa training. Chill. Before we go
maybe kina nani these players wenye wanachezeshwa kina Jackson and Madueke wana show effort, a lot of effort na kina Neto kwa training more than kina Nkuku na nani.
Okay, that one we can't say for sure, but okay, I think it's high time. Joao Felix is a good player.
But uli watch game ya Chelsea ile ya midi
Chelsea against
Newcastle. You'll understand kwa nini Joao Felix achezeshi.
No. Actually, you didn't expect that game to be an easy one because just the other weekend Chelsea ilikuwa imepiga Newcastle. So but I think Enzo Fernandez also had a chance ya kumaliza game. I think game ya jana ya Mancity na Manchester na United na Chelsea, I think kulikuwa na chances, both teams ilikuwa na chances za kumaliza hiyo game. Ile kitu Bruno alifanya jana akipiga mpira huko kwa mashabiki, zile ni bao Bruno ufunga. You just need to be calm at times. You need to be calm.
Unakumbuka ile mimi ya mimi ya
you need some calmness.
Kama
I think hiyo saa ingine kutotulia pia inaletwa na ile ya wacha ni bebe hiti and then you end up
unakuwa ile the anxiety. Jana kuna msee alikuwa anatry kuelezea place con Ochupira. I don't know if you know the famous kinyozi. So there was a guy alikuwa anatry kumuelezea sometimes maplayer wanafanya vitu juu the anxiety ina kikino ukiwa kwa match. So there's a guy alisema no. Acha kutumia big words mazee.
before as much as Caicedo performed in that game, I think you guys never watched the Mazrui performance on that game. Actually kama si ni Caicedo walifunga ile bao akapa hiyo man of the match. I don't know. Mazrui was to take the man of the match. I'm 100% sure of that one. If you never najua Mazrui did a good, alikuwa mtu alistep up kwa hiyo game as a Manchester player. Yeye alistep up kwa hiyo game. Alijaribu kuweka ule Madueke was nowhere to be seen.
Mazrui has been a wonderful signing.
I think it's one of my
best. I think
12.7M.
Wacha patane na some. Don't misunderstand me. Sijasema ni player mbaya. Wacha patane na some more serious wingers. Sijui kama alicheza ile game ya Liverpool. Alicheza? Mazrui alicheza?
Alicheza lakini alicheza na nani?
Either way angepatana na Luis Diaz kule ama patane na Mo Salah and we know the outcome. So but I think wacha cheze na some more serious wingers. So far performance yake si mbaya. Unajua as a football player kama utakuwa na some games ka 5 nzuri, hata ukiwa na moja ambayo we are human hiyo inaeleweka. Una get, but so far Mazrui was a bargain.
Bro, chill before that one they call Palma. Mjamuongelea mbona jana hawakufanya hivi.
I feel like we should talk about players wakati kuna something interesting about talking.
Palma alionekana alipishana ni kanzo. Alipishana ni kanzo.
That was a red card.
That was a red card.
Do you know bro, that was a red card.
I can argue on that one.
How?
Umse alikuja akislide.
You are being biased.
Ilikuwa intentional. Lakini kwa VR umse alikuja kama
let's go back. Ilikuwa
intentional.
Okay.
Ilikuwa intentional.
My brother here says the law is the law.
The law is the law.
An intentional foul.
You cannot wezi sema white ni black na black ni white.
Umse before that huyo uko Palma game ya Man City hakuonekana, game ya Liverpool hakuonekana, game ya Man U was nowhere to be seen. I'm sorry for that one, lakini hiyo inaweza kuwa arguable bado. Ako vizuri, sijakata. Cole Palmer is a good player. Ni world class so far. Niko sure akikuja Man U first 11 anaingia. Hiyo hakuna kubishana. Lakini kwa hizo game 3 sijamuona.
Lakini usisahau anacheza position ya Bruno.
I feel like
it's okay. Bruno at the moment, Bruno hayuko in his best form.
I feel pia saa zingine tusimuingilie sana juu the role ako nao pale Chelsea. Yendo kama the
pillar of the team.
The pillar of the team.
Well, alikosa game ya Newcastle wakalusa.
Akikosa kuperform the team in
when Cole Palmer is not performing well, generally performance ya Chelsea iko down.
I feel if Palmer angecheza at his best that game, afunge bao moja mbili, Chelsea
wangeshinda hiyo.
Then let's talk about Zagzi to score a lot of minutes tukiongelea Zagzi. Umse
anafaa uanze.
What is preferred position anyway?
Alisema 9.5.
Jue
now I understand where the problem is.
Kwangu mimi I think anafaa kuja kama sabia, akuja acheze tu midfield. Acheze tu ama apeleke wing. like that number, ile number inataka mse yako na preso the likes of Hoyland. Yani mtu anaweza ule mse haizi shield defender hata bully kakuwa vipi haizi shield defender. Jana tulikosa nini mtu wa kuleta midfield juu the likes not Casemiro, we have a Maino, we have a Mount and Eriksen were all injured. We are forced to bring in a right back also a CB to play as a midfield. When Ugarte alienda in Ugarte kuza alikuwa na yellow,
alikuwa anachezea
yellow ya pili almost red, lakini pia Rudi alimvumilia, by the way alimvumilia kutoka paka kuja kumtoka mpaka dakika ya 8 alimvumilia sana. Huyu jamaa alipata kadi mapema sana na alikuwa ya a link up striker, anataka timu ya kupossess.
When Manchester United was buying Joshua, I think kuna position alikuwa anataka. Una get
the one
you are pulling
mawingers.
So the issue ni Manchester United they end up playing Hoyland peke yake and ama Hoyland akikua Zagzia yuko, so unapata I feel bado hatujapata hiyo partnership.
I think wanafaa kuanza kumchezesha. Okay, I'm not a Manchester United coach lakini unaona vile Crystal Palace wanachezesha Mateta na Nketiah, two strikers so unapata when you play Hoyland as Zaxi is in a position to play
Afrika.
You really energetic because you see
tukichezesha hawa watu mastrika wili, you have to drop one winger. Hiyo ni kitu tunafaa kufanya.
Either Garnacho ama Garnacho. It's high time you dropped Garnacho.
If I drop Garnacho, I'll drop Garnacho for my Ahmad.
Okay, let me take that advice and say it's high time we dropped Martinez.
So let's say Ruud. What do you think about Ruud? In a few seconds.
Ruud amekuwa amazing. Amefanya kazi yake vile alikuwa anafaa kufanya. Anajaribu kusaidia club na morale, like kuna ile passion ya kutaka kucheza. Lakini nilimuona vile ana celebrate goal zetu nini.
Hiyo inaendekeza kwa CV yake.
Like ako ni a good guy, like I my opinion, mimi nilikuwa naona Ruud angepewa kama interim mpaka end season.
Okay.
But kitu ile happen, walienda yule Ruben Amorim akamwambia mimi nataka kuja end season. Wakamwambia it's now or never.
What does the future hold for
Ruud?
Because Ruben said he's coming with his technical
I was listening to Nini Sky Sport and they were saying Ruud amesema he's okay.
He's okay with that.
With being an assistant.
Yes.
Anasema even if atakuwa pale bora atakuwa pale kusaidia Ruben with whatever role atapewa.
Okay, in what official capacity? Because for Ruud to be liable, for Ruben to be liable for anything that happens for the team's performance goes back to his
a technical bench.
So well, I don't know what
I feel maybe there's a conversation ya kuona venye Ruben atakuwa Ruud atakuwa atafit kwa hiyo technical team ya ya Ruud.
Okay, I wouldn't judge him by the two games he has played. He has won against Leicester City. He drew against Chelsea.
Chelsea and Manchester United the most drawn game.
Yeah, the most in the entire Premier League history. So Mr. Judge two
games.
I think he's not badly off. Honestly, I think if this was 10
would have lost the akacheza na mazuri na Baten. Jamaa unajua kitu yake si mzuri, anakonga na
I told you the guy orchestrated his own downfall.
So let's wind up the show pia na kuongelea the other teams zenye ziko na something interesting more than Cole Palmer. Nottingham Forest wako number 3 kwa
8 goals in 10 matches.
Wako number 3.
Huyu Krisud striker wao. Huyu jamaa anafunga alafu ile siku Nottingham Forest amepatana na Mancity ama Liverpool, sisi kama Arsenal tuna expect boys afunge. Boy blanks the whole game.
But cheki hata si kupatana na Mancity ama nini Liverpool niko sure sasa nichukue wood nimweke kwa fantasy yangu.
Hiyo ndio mwisho yake ya kuperform. Labda shida ni wewe. Shida ni wewe.
So Isaac nikamleta first season ikianza. Manzi kabla nikaamua kumtoa. Nimemtoa hivi. Anafunga against Arsenal.
Tutabidi niangalie hiyo fixture ya Nottingham watapata lini na Man City. I avoid.
So Nottingham Forest was not performing so well. At that time Nuno Espirito Santos alikuwa ametoka kaenda. He was managing a team in Saudi Arabia League. And then I think he terminated the contract akarudi Nottingham Forest. Tangu aliporudi the performance has been convincing. It has been good because ukiangalia performance ya Nottingham Forest ya last season na this season I think hata Nottingham Forest wanashangaa mahali wako sahi.
For sure. Alafu pia uangalie the added advantage pia wanachukua a sporting director from Arsenal kuja kucoach hizo club zao. So inaonyesha there's a project.
The Greek owner is someone who is not afraid of splashing cash. Huyo jamaa anaogopi kutumia pesa.
Unaona kuna something inakuwa build with the kwanza they are building a team with rejects.
Sure. Look at the likes of Akina Olaina from I know even most Chelsea fans don't know Olaina.
Olaina alifunga bao nyingine.
Look at Olaina. Look at the likes of Hudson Odoi, the likes of Akina Elanga.
These are players who they were playing for teams zenye ziko sahi top 10 sahi so far.
But look where they are sahi. Mali wameleta team.
Before tumalize story ya Nottingham Forest, no offense in this one to Arsenal fans, but in the current top 6 13 combined European titles.
Sasa combine pamoja na Arsenal ama. Si hata tukiweka Arsenal na Real
pamoja European titles. And guess what?
Let me tell you one thing that you don't know. Arsenal and Real Madrid have a combined 14 UEFA Champions League.
15. Una -1.
15 so Arsenal Arsenal and Real Madrid have a combined 15 UEFA Champions League. Sasa hiyo unatuambia
pia kuna the other team the Wolves ambao iko kule chini. Alafu kumbuke this Wolves team ilikuwa ina kwa coach na Nuno before kwa sacked from Wolves. Mnaona Gary O'Neil anaenda kufutwa ama ni nini?
Something hasn't clicked for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolverhampton Wanderers. Something hasn't clicked for them because they signed some players, but I don't know. They're yet to win. They're yet to win a single Premier League game.
10 games.
They were close to winning the other day versus Crystal Palace, but
they drew 2-2.
Maguire alichukua the moment na ku equalize for.
So I think going forward, well, it's unfortunate for them because they can't make any signing right now unless it's a free transfer. But I think January for Wolves to avoid relegation, because they are seriously in a relegation zone. I think January they are supposed to do something because tangu Wolves ilipokuja Premier League hawajawahi shuka. So I think it's high time management.
They have good players. I feel like they should focus on the defensive side because
and you see they are scoring
goals.
They're scoring goals. So I think
just focus
na ku defend because
the funny thing, the Manchester United wamescore 9 goals in 10 matches.
You always have to bring in Manchester United.
But we are talking about
Wolves,
brother. We are serious. We are seriously talking about a team that is almost been relegated.
To bring in Manchester United. Okay, now Wolves is almost getting relegated. Manchester United. You always have to find a way to bring it. Toa hiyo team kwa row weka hapo Ansbana.
Nakwambia nini? Unajua tumefanya kale hiyo story ya Man U. League Wolves wana score goals na wana concede. Wana concede mingi kuliko zenye wana score. Man U they conceding and at the same time they are not scoring goals. Now
number 13 suits you well.
But brother, kwani unataka kwenda hiyo number Wolves alafu ya day yako?
Please be careful when you are bringing in Manchester United in serious conversations.
When we are talking about Liverpool, Manchester United, ukileta Liverpool,
I'm playing next lakini I feel so
Check.
for
Tukiongelea Liverpool ukileta Manchester United nitaelewa. But when we are talking about Wolves,
you're sympathizing with Wolves, you're bringing in Manchester United. It's okay.
what's the story of Man U? Yaani Wolves wamefanya
atushamaliza Wolves, they need to
we have a game Arsenal, we have a game against Chelsea on Sunday. I expect us to win that game.
Highly
before
expect.
that but
Highly
before
expect.
that we are playing international it's in Inter Milan on Wednesday. I expect us to win that.
I hope by that time
itatupatia
I hope by that time itakuwa imeenda on air.
in the UEFA.
I'm playing a southern team from the interior parts of I don't know where known as PAOK.
Another draw.
PAOK is from Greek.
I'm not going to draw that game.
Another draw in
By
the
the
book.
way, I'm going to beat that team mercilessly.
We will be here to remind you on our next show.
You know as the Igbos say, no.
Mtunaogopa kwa hiyo Europa.
No matter
There's a
what.
team kanaitwa Bode Glimt. They played Porto with one man less na wakabitio.
Bodo Glimt.
Wakapiga hiyo Porto with one man less. Wakaplay the other teams I don't know that hiyo 20 ilishinda kufunga.
But winding up the show, maybe I should tell you something. There's someone who said he's a Manchester United fan. He's a big wig on Twitter. Saddam. He said, nilisoma hiyo nini yake ikanibamba sana. Garnacho thinks like an average ODM.
I saw the tweet.
As a staunch ODM fan, I take offense.
Sasa alikuwa anaongelea stories za kimbi.
No. We are winding up the show.
It's been a nice one.
A nice one. Though it's sad as an Arsenal fan, every day nakujapa, there's no moment nakujapa with na ile win.
Next time, brother. In football,
By the way, you haven't won the
Since we started the
podcast.
we know our problems.
I'm even considering quitting.
No. As a football fan, you never quit.
I'm even considering quitting my podcast career, and it has just started.
So it's been.
Umeanza kujix kama Trey.
No, I'm not a jinxer.
It's been a nice show.
Trey, whenever we play and I under Old Trafford, let me assure you that's a lose.
But he was there the other day.
Hata Ferguson.
No, Ferguson ulishinda game ya Leicester 9.
So
it's been a nice one. As before you wind up, as the Teta podcast, we want to take a moment to condole with the families of Valencia.
Sure, for sure.
There was so much flooding in Valencia. Lives have been lost. As the Teta podcast, we wish them all the best. All the affected families, we wish them all the best.
Very nice.
Make sure manze una take a few seconds ama minutes ama time yote utachukua kindly to subscribe to the channel. This is the Teta podcast with the Teta boys, and this is the Teta ministry.
This is the Teta ministry.
Football ministry. We are preaching the word of the football, the football.
Injecting everywhere. Injecting about football.
This is the phenomenal Fidel.
Black Garnacho Moko official killer handle.
Man like Jora in the building. Peace.
Till next time, stay safe.
Wish you all the best.
Ni nani?